Thank you. I'm really, really excited to showcase C360. As Matthew mentioned, we are going to be doing full demos at the C3 booth just behind the main doors here. But this is entirely just reimagined, as Matthew mentioned, single pane of glass. You can now see where your entire IT buying journey is in one simple view. So to kick things off, of course, we have our summary. This is very important, especially for the executives in the room. If you want to see where and what needs your attention, very simply, 15 seconds, you know exactly where everything is. Now, as Matthew mentioned, and I'll paint the picture, we've all been there. You have a new site or a new store that's turning up, and obviously, you're going to need some internet. Man, like having to go back and forth in those inboxes and getting the quotes and trying to organize it, and maybe you have one person who has a better relationship with vendor A over there versus vendor B, it can get pretty complex. So what's really amazing about this tool is we have a few buttons here. So this one in particular, submit a quote request. It's as simple as filling out one form to C3. And I'll even show you it's as simple as that. Once that is submitted, there's an entire automation process behind the scenes where C3 will get notified that your site is ready to receive quotes. C3 will actually go and procure those quotes for you, and we'll let you know where those quotes are sitting within that process. So as I scroll over, you're going to see, hey, how many are ready for review that needs you, the clients, action on selecting what provider you'd like to move forward with. You'll also see who we are still waiting on vendors to provide us those quotes back. So when you are ready for us to then have that selection of what vendor you'd like to move forward with, it is as simple as going into the simple report here. Once you click into that report, you're going to see not only all the vendors that did come back with quotes, you're also going to see speed, term, cost, and we can get any additional detail that you may need. We also provide contracts, and also if there's any images, pictures, any other collateral, we'll upload that as well. Now what's really cool, and I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, is once you make the selection of what vendor you'd like, all of this follows. So what's really cool as well, no more emails. All of your conversations are now going to be in here. So if you need to understand why a certain vendor was selected, or if you have additional questions, we receive those notifications very simply. So, and I know I keep saying simply a lot, but like, look how easy this is. I hit that button, I hit save. My team then gets a notification to go and procure that contract with that provider with those terms and that speed. Once that contract is ready to go, we'll ask for you to sign it. Once, obviously, the signature is done, we're moving into orders. So as I showed you, we're going to take all that information, move that into orders, where you're now able to see where that order sits and what major milestones are met. Anything at risk, it's going to be called to the top to have you have that understanding what's going on and what the next action items are. Once your order is complete, we then get to my favorite part, the contract renewal. So with contract renewal, this gives you full visibility up to 12 months to seeing what sites are coming up for renewal, what solutions are coming up for renewal, and what possible impact, so disconnects to anything else. This is also a really amazing solution with automation. Anytime a contract hits your 3-month mark, we receive that notification to help and assist with your renewal process. If you want us to go and re-quote, you would like to reevaluate another provider, we are there to help you along the way, and we will follow up with you directly. Now, last but not least, just kidding, there's always more, but we have an awesome and amazing inventory option as well. As I mentioned earlier, from quotes to orders to contracts, we're collecting all of this data. So we're now able to simply put this data into this single pane of glass so you can see what providers you have at what sites or stores. You can also see how diverse your inventory is. And then for some of the fun nerds like me, I love all my circuit IDs and account IDs, and I need some quick information. We now also have ISP reporting. So you're now able to see what your primary, secondary, and tertiary is, along with all the additional information. Obviously, 100% customizable too, to what your needs may be. So I know I ran through a lot, and I have one more amazing feature to show you, and I'm gonna flip gears a little bit. This is called Live Survey. So I'm going to paint one more picture here. You have about 10 stakeholders. You're trying to now understand what contact center provider that you and your organization needs to move forward with. Now, collecting all the data and feedback from these demos, I mean, we've all been there, full day, 3 demos, back to back to back. You barely have time to pee and get coffee. We all know that. And so we really want to understand, how can we help turn this process around quicker, better, faster? So with Live Survey, we are now able to enable a true survey platform that provides instant results back to you. So once the surveys are complete, you're going to be able to see how vendors are scoring and ranking, not only against one another, but based on features from your own RFP process. So you can see how all of these folks are going to break over from, as this example, calling features, conferencing, and maybe some admin items. It's also going to call out questions. At any point where you're trying to come up with that decision, who is the best vendor for us to move forward with and who is going to strategically align with our organization, this is your holy grail here. So this is going to have your entire information onto the why and what you will be doing. So I know it was a little long-winded. I appreciate the time today, Matthew. And